We are learning more about the evidence police say they have against the accused serial cat killer.
The arrest affidavit for 18-year-old Tyler Wyman has just been released. Local 10's Glenna Melberg live now at the Miami-Dade courthouse, where she got a chance to look over those documents. And Glenna, what did they reveal?
Calvin, not much more than we had already known, truthfully, and not much more than a defense attorney might call circumstantial evidence in these 10 pages. But this does represent why detectives initially started to believe that Tyler Wyman was responsible for all of those cat killings.
The state is filing an information charging the defendant Tyler Hayes Wyman with 19 counts of cruelty to the animals.
Tyler Wyman pleaded not guilty in writing, not in court, where the reasons for his arrest became public today. The details of 19 cats killed and mutilated in May and June fill the first 4 pages of this arrest warrant. We learn a detective on surveillance first came in contact with 18-year-old Wyman May 14th, walking near his Cutler Bay home at 2 a.m., and then the next night skateboarding after midnight in dark clothing and a backpack. The detective there said he laughed at comments about cats being killed. Police pulled Wyman over on a traffic stop later that day and say they found a cutting instrument outside his car and 1 gram of pot inside. They took him in, and during an interview they said Wyman had scratches he attributed to feeding strays, had personal knowledge of how to catch and dissect cats beyond what he'd learned at Palmetto High. He acted sociopathic, according to a police psychologist. Police tapped Wyman's cell phone and tracked his car that detectives determined drove in at least 2 areas at dates and times cats were killed. After Wyman joined a Facebook group called Catch the Cat Killer, they arrested him June 14th and searched his parents' 2 homes, taking the evidence they have not made public yet.
We have nothing to hide. Everything is being provided today pursuant to the judge's order. If the defense requests an inventory for the search warrant of what was found, then it allows for a reasonable time. There's not a time period per se.
It's really important to note that there is not one single witness in there that says that Tyler Wyman touched a cat. Not one witness.
So now I guess the question becomes, what did detectives find in executing those search warrants? We know that they did find some sort of evidence, according to prosecutors, that had to be sent to a lab. The results of that pending right now. J.C. Calvin, also very interesting in here, they made note that all of the locations where they found these cats killed and mutilated, there was no surrounding blood, indicating that whoever did this took the cats elsewhere to be killed and mutilated and then brought them back. But within these 10 pages, there is no indication that police detectives ever found that location.
And Glenna, we can't forget there's still more than a dozen other cat killings that detectives haven't attributed who's responsible for those, right?
That is correct. The chargeable ones, they call them, the 19, the ones where they feel like they have found sufficient evidence to bring this into a court of law. So they're not saying Tyler Wyman did or did not do those others, just that there's really not the kind of evidence they think they could bring to court and get a conviction.
Glenna Melberg live for us in Miami. Glenna, thanks a lot for that.